I guess for people who are new to Tai Chi or to you, let's start with the basics. So, what to you is Tai Chi?
Well, Tai Chi is a very big concept. It goes right back into Chinese philosophy. The concept of Tai Chi was the highest concept that really existed back in the time of when they, the last wave of Chinese internal teachings from the Yellow Emperor. We can say 7,000 or 8,000 years ago. And Tai Chi was really the highest concept at that stage. The Tao, the sense of the Tao didn't even exist. The word Tao wasn't used back in those days. So the word Tai Chi really meant the highest thing that you can conceive of. So that's the basis of it. And of course the Tai Chi 2 or the Tai Chi diagram is the Yin Yang diagram as people know it, which just goes right back as well. Tai Chi is really we can say it's really a description of the whole universe. It's a very big thing. And then it was given to the more defined sort of art, the art of Tai Chi, only, we don't know how long ago, between 750 and 150 years ago. Nobody knows exactly when. There's records of it being given to Yang Lu Chan in the Emperor's Palace, maybe 150 years ago, 130 years ago. That's a little bit of the history. Just to take it from another point of view, Tai Chi as people know it is really a part of the system for internal development, just like yoga is a part of system for internal development. That's why it was created. It came out of the Daoist temples. It wasn't just created as a martial art. It wasn't created as a martial art and then people tried to use it for internal development. Any more than yoga was created as a body beautiful thing and then people tried to use it for internal development. It's exactly the same. There's no question that yoga came from a very high place and it was intended for internal development. And it has the yoga that starts with the body, then the yoga that goes to the body's energy, then the deep emotions, and then the deep mental, and so on, and then beyond. And that's a clear path of yoga. No one says yoga started as a health and beauty, and then they tried to make a spiritual path out of it. Some people say that about Tai Chi, but it's not true. It started in the same way as yoga. That's to say, it was a part of the internal development of the Taoists. And then, just like the majority of people now take yoga as something for the body, a little bit of the mind, it's really lost its true connection. The same with Tai Chi. A lot of people have just taken it as a little bit of health or some self-defense. But that was not its original intention.
So, what makes the system that you teach different than the other Tai Chi systems you just explained that have lost their path?
Well, the big difference, of course, is in the motive for doing it. So I began Tai Chi looking for an internal path, the path of internal development. That's how I began it. And so I met the teachers for whom that was true. And if you begin it as a martial art, you'll meet martial art Tai Chi people who've only taken a very small element of it. And if you begin it for your health, you'll meet teachers who've only done it for the health and taken it in that very small way, just like for yoga. So I sought out teachers I really sought out teachers who knew something about the true internal training. That's to say, people who'd learned for a long time from their teachers who'd learned from a long time, back in chains of knowledge that came down from above. and I wasn't looking just for an average, like local, community center yoga class, Tai Chi class. That didn't interest me at all. So I sought out the people who were fully involved for a long time, with good teachers on a good path. And it just happened to be that some of the first teacher I met was using Tai Chi as the physical introduction to the path.
So you talked about something from above, and then I think about the individual. So do you think that there's a deeper reason why each individual may want to or should develop their inner selves? Or is it just merely so each person can feel better and be happy or feel at peace?
There's not the slightest doubt in my mind that people come onto the earth with one purpose, and that's for for spiritual evolution, for their internal growth. That's the purpose on people coming here. But they quickly forget, because the body and the brain consciousness is so strong that they just get lost in the outer world from a very early stage. And part of that problem is that all of the impressions coming in from their parents, from the schools, from the television, from the news, from the things they see, is coming in on a very, very low level, a very physical oriented level. And there's not that many high impressions that they receive. And so very quickly their inner knowledge of why they're here, because every person comes in with that inner knowledge, is buried under the gross impressions that come in from normal life. What people think of their highly refined culture was really gross impressions from a deep spiritual point of view, and it buries the knowledge inside people very early, and then they get lost in life and forget why they're here. But there's no question that the purpose, everyone comes onto the earth, is for their internal evolution.
So why do some people not choose to internally evolve, and why is it so hard to do it?
Why do people not choose it? It's a very difficult question to answer, because there's so many different situations for the people that come in. I think that an individual doesn't escape the conditions created by the whole of humanity. So we don't come in free from all of the effects of the other humans. And if the mass of humans are very body-centered, physical-centered, brain-centered, as part of the body, the individual comes into that situation and is quickly swamped by the other billions of people who are body and brain-centered. And so that's one of the things that you can't. It's difficult for individuals to escape, you might say, the group karma of the whole of the human race. And so, although the whole human race is being slowly raised up, it's a very, very, very slow process. And for one individual to try to accelerate themselves out of that and evolve themselves in this life, they have to go against the mass of undeveloped people who aren't making that attempt, who are only being evolved slowly and unconsciously. So in a sense, you have to break free of the group energy condition, the group karma, if you like to put it that way.